Dasaranu dasa Sevabhilasha Kore Narottama dasa Radha Krishna Pranamura Jugala Kishora Radha Krishna Pranamura Jugala Kishora Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Mataji धन्यवाद Mataji
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji
Hare Krishna Ratna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Actually, I'll be hosting the youth recitation. So I have to quit from that and join this class.
Oh.
So the 15th chapter is going on. I just handed over to the another co-host and I just joined the class. Yeah.
Thanks, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I'll be posting the attendance link for everyone. Just click on the link and mark your attendance as the class proceeds. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaya Tadamahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome you all to the level 1 class of Bhagavad Gita, and today we are going to start with chapter number 3, that is Karma Yoga. Okay. So yesterday in the chapter 2, we have discussed about what is permanent, what is temporary, and the soul is a permanent one, the body is a temporary, and being a personality, a famous personality or a celebrity, as well as per the Varnashram also, the Arjuna has to do his duties, he cannot refrain from his duties. Okay, so, but he has to do his duty without seeking the results out of it, not attached to his work, and he should not be enjoying the work of his the labor, and everything whatever he is doing, it should be done as a service towards the Lord. For that, he need to be totally immersed in a bhakti yoga. Okay, in that way he'll be able to do the work in a detached way. So today's chapter, so that work, whatever the work, it's a teacher, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a student or anybody else, whatever the work which is assigned as per them. So how we have to do the karma yoga. So giving the Arjuna's example, we will know about it today. Okay. So one should be fixed in the yoga of intelligence. That is vyavasayatmika buddhir, that is resolute in the purpose by intelligent. Okay. Yeah. So again, the Arjuna doubts are there for Krishna, and he's asking, which is better, renunciation or the work, Krishna? So, fine, do your duty, but without any attachment. And from karma kanda to karma yoga. So, not only doing the work, but you have to renounce the work, whatever you are doing. Okay. And nishkama karma, that is without having any attachment to the work, what you are doing. At the same time, you have to set an example. So in that way, you will elevate yourself, and you should be free yourself from all these three gates of destruction, that is lust, greed, and anger. Okay. So this tree represents T is a Tyaga, renunciation. R is the rank that is on the yoga ladder. The highest is the perfection of the Lord. Exemplary E, and enemy of the soul. Okay. So we will come to the first one. Okay. Hare Krishna, I wanted one of the devotee volunteer to read this. Hare Krishna. Are you able to not unmute yourself? Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Tyaga, Hare Krishna. Tyaga renunciation. BG 3.1/1-9. Arjuna displays the typical confusion of an immature spiritualist. How? His solution for troubles is retirement from active life, asceticism, and seclusion. Immature spiritualists. The easiest response in times of difficulty is escape or giving up. Dealings with money, possessions, people, relationship or career, school, etc. Logic. Entangled lifestyle cannot be compatible with spiritual goals. Examples?
Yeah. So
Hare
here you
Krishna.
can see Arjuna, he wanted to take an early retirement and he don't want to do it. That is not accepted. And people who wanted to escape from the responsibility and give up. So if they are overwhelmed or not able to handle any of this money, possession, people, relationship or anything. But it is not like that. Having everything in control, then you have to renounce whatever the work you are doing. So that is said to be a renunciation. Okay. Next step. Krishna's explanation, the true renunciation doesn't entail a mere abandonment of the mundane duties. So we have to do our work. Then offering the results of our daily work with some money, knowledge, influence, everything to the God, because he is the ultimate enjoyer. Okay. So that is said to be the real state of a renunciation. Okay. So why Arjuna is opening the third chapter with this question, or why Arjuna is still confused? Okay. Do not be miser in the bundle of Buddhi Yoga and keep all abominable activities far distance. War is an abominable activity, but it is the karma for a Kshatriya, right? So, Krishna, why are you doing this? So, my intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. So, he still thinks he is doing an abominable action of doing the war because he has to kill his own people. But he is forgetting that he has to do his karma as a Kshatriya. Okay. So Krishna's equivocal instruction is that one has to, as we have discussed yesterday, one has to come to the state of equibalence, sthita prajna, okay, where either good or bad or loss or a victory is not going to affect him by any means. Okay. So to reach the state, we have to be immersed in the service of the Lord. Okay. Not doing an action, that is inactivity, is not an option at all. So once you have come forward, you have to do it. Say, suppose if you can say a patient is on a operation table. Now surgeon says that I don't want to operate today. So there is a lot of preparation goes on for a patient to come onto the table, right? He has to be an NBM, not having the meals, certain medications will go and some preparation goes. Certain dangerous medications are being kept on hold till his surgery is over. And a lot of preparation from anesthesia side or the staff will be there. Then the surgeon comes and do the surgery, isn't it? It's not like just like this magic something happens, isn't it? Similarly, for the war also a lot of preparation happens, I'm just giving an example of a theater, but likewise for anything, a lot of preparation, let it be a teaching also, the school, the admissions, the curriculum, the studies, examination pattern, a lot of things will come. So once a student prepare for the whole year and at the end of exams, once the exams are approaching, he says, no, I don't want to do it and all. It is simply like you are in a denial mode and also, which is not an option at all. Okay, you just have to either go. That is the only way. There is no other alternative for this. Okay. Arjuna has misunderstood that there were two separate things, the Sankhya or Jnana and Karma, and they are lead in a different direction. So only we have this when we haven't read about the scriptures and we don't have a clarity. Similarly, Arjuna is confused here, but let's see how Lord will help to clear his confusion. But actually, there is only one ladder, that is yoga ladder. Okay, karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. Okay, you have to come to that balanced stage by doing such activities. Okay. Fine, do your duty, but without attachment. That is called as a Nishkama Karma Yoga. That is renunciation of the work. The sannyasa is inferior to the performing one's prescribed duty with the detachment if one's heart is not yet clean. So Nishkama Karma is a consolation of the dilemma. Okay. Arjuna's renunciation of the work becomes renunciation while working. So it is internal, not an external renunciation of the activity. So we have to do the work which is assigned to us and we should be totally immersed in doing it to the Lord and we have to do as if a service towards the Lord. Okay. So actions that bind to us are called karma kanda and actions that liberate are called as the devotion service of the Lord. Okay. Soul is ever active, one must act. So we should always not do this, not karma kanda. We have to do the karma yoga. Okay. Mityacharasa uchyate. That means not being pure but trying to act on a jnana platform, that is sannyasa, or without any personal duties brings difficulty. That means do your work improperly also, that is okay, but don't try to imitate and try to do others' work. That is more dangerous. So here Krishna says, do only the work which is prescribed for you. To sum up Krishna consciousness platform, Krishna is recommending Nishkama Karma, which is work with knowledge and detachment, and which it will allow the soul, which is active in nature, to be purified to the detached process. Okay. So by doing such, we will get elevated in the spiritual practices. So this is the yoga ladder, of all the different yoga ladders. This we will come in detail in 6th chapter. See the Karma Yoga, the Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all those things will be the lower rung of a ladders, but the highest one is the Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so we have to dedicate our time and energy in doing the work, whatever we are doing, and leave the results to the Lord. In that way, you can see, the student will say, I have given my exams, rest is up to the God. The doctor will say, I did whatever best I can do, rest is up to the God. So many people are, what do you say, many people do the work, they do the work and say, well, I have done my work. Let's see how the God will take this forward. Okay, so these are the yoga ladders. Okay, Bhakti Yoga is the highest of all. I told you, Karma Kanda, Sakama Karma, Nishkama Karma, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and the Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So detachment from work and fruits and attachment to Krishna and the spirit of devotion works as the Krishna wants. Okay. Nishkama Karma Yogi has a knowledge in goodness, attachment to the work, detachment from the fruits. Sakama Karma Yogi is in passion, attachment to the fruits, sacrificing his work in devotion. So we don't want to become a Sakama Karmi, or Arjuna, you should never become a Sakama Karmi, you should become a Nishkama Karma Yogi. Okay. Yeah. Anybody volunteers to do this exercise? Hare Krishna. At least 2 people are enough. One is Sakama Karma and one is Nishkama Karma. Hare Krishna. They can raise their hands. Hare Krishna. Fast, fast. Or anybody can unmute and say what exactly it is. Hare Krishna. Yes, Srividya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Should we read Hare Krishna? Should we read?
Yes, Mataji. If one more volunteer joins, it will be nice. Okay, Mataji, then I think you and me will become 2 volunteers for today.
Sure.
Mataji, you will be selling the vegetables in yes, Nishkama Karma Yogi. Okay, and I'll be doing in a Sakama Karma Yogi. Let's begin, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. As 4 people are doing the exact same work, they are growing vegetables to sell in the market. The vegetables are exactly the same. The amount of plants they have is the exact same. And the amount of vegetables they produce is the exact same. Each takes his produce to the market and sells exactly the same amount of vegetables for exactly the same amount of money. One man is Karmakandi, one Sakama Karma Yoga, one Nishkama Karma Yoga, and the 4th Bhakti Yoga. Although they are all doing exactly the same thing, it's actually different. Explain in short how motivation for each person is different.
We have to do this exercise, Mataji, if you wish to. Otherwise, I will just explain it.
Yeah, can you please explain it? Thanks.
Yeah, Karmakandi is a person that he lives only for his stomach. Of course, everybody does that, but his main intention is to get vegetables from the market, sell it off, and look after his comfort. Okay, that is Karmakandi. Sakama Karma Yoga is that he get the vegetables from the market, again he sells it and he get the same amount, but um, he will acknowledge that yes, because of the Lord I was able to do certain activity and some amount of money has come to him, but he says I have done my hard-earned my part so hard, that is the reason I was able to do it. So he will not try to give the credit to the somewhere he believes, but he don't want to give that credit. Whereas a Nishkama Karma Yoga, he will think like I am grateful to the God who made me to see another sunshine, and I could sell all the vegetables. So I just wanted to donate some amount of money of mine to the Lord for the Lord activity. And 4th person is a Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga means totally renounced. He thinks whatever the Krishnas he is giving me out of his own mercy, and he don't have any let's see what God will decide for this, I will go accordingly. Okay, so he try to earn anything, 25% he keep for himself and rest he will give it to the service of the Lord. Okay, so in that way the 4 different for the same amount and 4 same activity, 4 different attitudes of the people. Okay, so, Hare Krishna, I just want somebody to read this one. Can you identify the person in the picture?
No.
Okay. How performance of yajna leads to Krishna consciousness. By yajna given by the Supreme Lord, our eatables are sanctified, the existence become purified, final tissues in the memory are purified, thus memory gets sanctified. So we think of liberation, which will help us to go further in a Krishna consciousness. Okay. So when Karmakanda becomes Karma Yoga, so the person performs prescribed duties for the benefit of his life. Okay. develops more faith in Vedas and Brahmanas, learn about higher planets, Varga Loka, realizes miseries of this world, getting knowledge about the soul and become detached, not interested in a sense gratification. Goal is getting out of this world. Okay. So again, so once we do some yajna, okay, the cloud will form, there will be a rain, there will be a crop, you will get the food. The food is been offered to the Lord. And we take that as a prasadam. In that way, we are free from bondages of the any sort of this thing with karma or bad karma which is attached to that. Because many tiny organisms are destroyed while what do you say, we are taking out this crop and all those things. So all those benedictions, all those sinful things will go away once we offer the food to the Lord. We'll be free from all those sinful reactions. So that is the reason why yajna is important. That means the karma, what we have to do is very much important. Okay. So, yeah, again, I wanted one of you to read this.
I can read.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Hare Krishna. You meet a scientist, one who has read the third chapter of Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is. He raises the following doubts. In our modern technological society, it is believed that by intelligence and use of natural resources, man can produce all his necessities. The notion that there are demigods who supply heat, light, rain, etc., and who should therefore be supplicated is usually considered primitive absurdity. How would you respond?
Yeah. If you take an example of Indra and all, okay, he is the god of rain and all, he gives the rain and all. But who is the ultimate source of that Indra? Again, Lord himself, isn't it? So, we shouldn't be, of course, they'll be the first and foremost when we ask for a specific benediction, but the ultimate source is the Krishna, okay? If we pray him, automatically he will take care of everything which is required for us, okay? Next one is, at a religious interfaith ceremony, you meet a Hindu gentleman who is in private conversation with you, criticizes ISKCON for neglecting to worship the demigods. Explain to him the principles of Krishna consciousness. So, for this again, the answer is that Krishna is like a milk and the demigods, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Dikpalakas, and all the Devi Devtas, the rest of the people are derived from Krishna. So, if we are worshipping him, then you need not worship the other people. So that is a basic principle which is been elaborated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So what of the one who have achieved perfection through Karma Yoga? Do they need to continue engagement even after reaching perfection? They can retire and simply meditate on God. How do they are free from the selfish motivation? So Krishna explains how perfected spiritualists continue working in the world. Okay. So only by doing a work, we don't have to renounce the work or quit the job or resign or do all those things. So by doing the work also, you can regulate your life. Because 8 hours for the sadhana, 8 hours for the sleep, and 8 hours for your work. So in that 8 hours also, if you're able to do 4 hours also, it is a great achievement. So there is no way we have to forego our roles and responsibilities. Okay. Yeah, whatever the famous personality, you know, in the celebrities. So we follow them. So whatever they do, we try to follow. Similarly, Arjuna, if you do your work, then you will be followed by many people. But if you quit and say other all excuses not to go for the war, it becomes what do you say? You have to take on the infamy. Okay, which is very what do you say? It is not right for you. Okay. Can anybody from the audience say some example about working without any detachment, without any attachment to that? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So one more application, okay? You are the only devotee in your workplace. You have unspoken understanding with your superior. He often allows you to leave early to take half day off to do the Krishna conscious services, but you are not to preach to the colleges or to him. So far, his arrangement suited you. You recently came across the passages given on the page before. You become slightly restless and would like to break your silence at your workplace. What practical steps would you take to proceed? Yes. How is one going to respond to this? Ideally, we should not take any favor from the workplace. We should have a dedicated time for the work, for the sadhana, as well as for the rest. Okay. So these type of services, if we take from somebody, help from somebody else, the other time we have to be lenient, listen to them. So we should not take this favor, especially being in a Krishna consciousness. It is not a privilege, first of all. So take a day off to do the services and all. So once a while, maybe on the festivals and all those things, you can take permission, but not on a regular basis. That's my opinion. And in that way, whatever the karma which is assigned for us in that particular day, we'll be totally concentrating on that and doing it. Okay. So we always have to have a control over our senses. And yesterday, if you can remember the 5 horses and the mind is Krishna. And if we surrender onto the Krishna, Krishna will take care of everything, the senses and all. And it becomes easy for us to become detached or not to get entangled in the lust, greed and anger. Okay. How to control the senses? By Shastra and by duty, and but not by our attachment or by aversion. Okay. I wanted one devotee volunteer to read this. Hare Krishna. Know your enemy, enemy of the soul.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. After hearing about this practical and logical process, the natural reaction is an enthusiastic resolve to dedicate oneself to it. But as Arjuna asked BG 3.36, Krishna then explains the root cause of this phenomenon is eternal enemy of the aspiring spiritualist and everyone else, lust. The inherent quality of the soul is to love and so to selflessly serve without any personal agenda. When the soul descends to the world, then pure love perverts into lust. Under lust, one endlessly tries to enjoy in a self centered way without any regard for others. Lust impels one to seek immediate gratification and abandon activities that actually benefit them. Lust cheats one of a progressive and happy life and gratif- and instant and temporary gratification in return.
So lust is the one which comes out of attachment. Okay. So once it is not been filled, then we get anger, we lose our consciousness and all. So which is again the enemy of the soul. We should never try to engage in activity where we are attached to the lust and all. Attached to anything. Okay. It will cause us more bondages. The bondage means again the pain. Okay. These are the various exercises. I think for level 1, it is not required now. Yeah. By what is one impelled to do sinful act even unwillingly, if as if engaged by the force? Okay, it is lust only, Arjuna. You are thinking only about yourself now. Now you are saying, I don't want to kill my own people and all. That is the lust. You have an attachment towards them. That is the reason why you are denying your work and you are forgetting your work and your dharma. Okay. So then you're in a mode of a passion, which later transform into the wrath and which are all endeavoring sinful enemy of this world. The lust is born of passion, and later a person will lose on his temper and it will turn into the ignorance. Then what not? Then it will go into the destruction. So these are the lust is like the what do you say, the embryo which is covered by a amniotic membrane, the fire which is covered by the smoke, okay, the mirage and all those things, it looks very you can't even identify it, but it covers you and it tries to destroy you. Okay, these are the various organs involved in that. The senses, your consciousness, intelligence, everything goes on. Okay, so the enemy called lust is born out of passion, changes into wrath, forces to act sinfully, burns like a fire, occupies us three strategic places. That is, our senses are agitated and we lose our control over the mind and lose our intelligence also. So lust versus greed. What is the lust? Lust is a strong desire in emotion for something. Greed is the excessive desire to possess more of the something. Okay. So greed is one step above the lust. So Srila Prabhupada says Indians are greedy, Westerners are lusty. Okay, we are encouraged to be spiritually greedy. That is Krishna or the thirst. Okay. Hare Krishna. If it is not visible, yeah. Is the PowerPoint visible now?
Yes, Mataji.
Now also?
No.
Oh, it is not showing up.
Lust versus greed.
Okay. Okay. It's fine. It is very slow. I don't know. So in this third chapter, generally one has to do the yajna because the yajna is the one which will cause all the, what do you say, which will produce the grains. Because of the grains we are surviving, and because of yajna there is a rains, and because of rains there is a grain. Because there are grains we are surviving. So we should always be grateful to the Lord for allowing us to do this yajna. And listen. Are you able to see now?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Veda based.
Veda base, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as the fire is covered by smoke, a mirror is covered by the dust, as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of the luster. So we should be covering, we should be cleaning it, we should stay away from all those things. Okay. And thus the wise living entity, pure consciousness, become covered by the external enemy in the form of lust. It is never satisfied and burns like a fire. Okay. The senses, the mind and intelligence are sitting places of the lust. Then we really have to work hard to remain in a Krishna consciousness, or do the work without any attachment, or giving the work whatever the work we are doing, we should give the result to the Lord. Okay. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of Bharata, I am the very beginning curb, this great symbol of sin, that is a lust. Okay. Now you are speaking only out of lust. Okay. Hence, try to regulate your senses and slay this destroyer of the knowledge and self-realization. The working senses are superior to the dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. So, the soul is even higher than the intelligence. So, always surrender your soul onto the Lord by doing the activities which will help us to progress in the bhakti. In that way, you can be free from duality and you can have the Sthita Prajnata and you can do the work without having any attachment. Even if you do the work fully and you don't, you give away the results of it to the Lord. Okay. Thus, knowing oneself with the transcendental to the material senses, mind, and intelligence, O mighty Arjuna, one should study the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, that is Krishna consciousness, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. So, what is the medicine for this? To conquer the lust is spiritual strength. That will come only once you are doing the sadhana. So, therefore, Arjuna, so give up this feeling, lusty feeling, that is, no, I don't want to kill my own people and I'll be the cause for all those things. Remove all those things from your mind. Elevate your consciousness towards the God. Okay. So in that way, you will be free from all the contaminations. Hare Krishna, this is all about the third chapter. Any doubts, please ask. Or anything you wanted to share. This app is this is vedabase.io. Anybody, like any place, most of you are having a mobile. Okay, so whenever you are free, you can just open it, log in with your credentials, and you can read it. It will take just 10 minutes to complete one chapter. Okay, even if you're reading the summary, it is more than enough. You need not go purports in detail. Just the translations, if you are able to read, then you will get some amount of the knowledge. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, ma. Any doubts or anything? Any realizations? Hare Krishna. No doubts? Everybody understood about the Karma Yoga? Hare Krishna. Okay. Fine then. If there are no more questions, I think we'll conclude for today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you, co-host and participants, for your active participation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Quiz will be there, ma. You have to attempt. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. See you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.